Hello, everybody. It's Michelle here with Angel Souls. This is our weekly angelic message. There's a lot to get into, but I wanted to announce here in the beginning, I'm going to be working on a pretty extensive video that covers the paradigm shift that we've all gone through, what that's looking like. Might be some good validation for some of you out there. So you know you're not crazy and you know that you're not alone. I'm sitting very casually in my chair today, so forgive me if I'm all like slumped over. We're friends here, right? It's fine. And what to do about it, how that's going to affect you in the future. So I'm going to be working on that over the next couple of days. A video like that sometimes takes a long time to edit. So please make sure that you are following me on the community tab here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I will put the announcement out there when it is released. If you want to get a personal reading with me, angelsouls444.com. Again, in the next couple of days, if all goes well, we are in Mercury retrograde as of the recording of this. I should be running ahead of schedule on the standard readings, live readings. You can email me, angelsouls444@gmail.com. I don't know if I have any spots open, but sometimes somebody has to reschedule because they got held up at work or something like that. So let me know if you want to do that. So I think that's all the housekeeping stuff. Now I'm sorry. I forgot with the video, with the paradigm shift, I'm going to be talking about AI and how that is factored. We're seeing it already. We got to talk about it. Because I don't want any of us falling into some sort of brainwashing. Good? Okay. Now we're done. So for this week, remember, the time is not linear with the angels. So it's week-ish, okay? So I make sure I'm always posting within the week. And I have started to post videos for every single astrological sign. They're not really astrology readings, forgive me. I'm just using that structure to break everything down. Apparently we weren't done with the housekeeping stuff, sorry. So I've been doing that for every sign every single week. Watch your sun, moon, and rising. And as always, I test run content. So I'll do this for a bit, but if there's no interest, I'm not going to put the time in it. Understood? And I'm going to also go back to the monthlies. Okay. So there should be some April videos coming out as well. Watch your sun, moon, and rising, as I said. Now, again, I'll monitor that. If nobody's caring what I got to say weekly or monthly, that's okay. That's all right. Then we'll just move on to different content. Okay. Now we're going to start the message, I promise. So there is something interesting going on here, and a deep cleansing is needed. So they're showing that this is coming through some sort of, for some of you, it's a rite of passage. Not for everybody who's watching this, but for some of you, it has been quite a rite of passage. Now, imagine someone has just gone through the mud. They've been through it all. And now you're coming out. And this week is really a time for you to kind of clean things up. It's the weary warrior who is victorious, but you got to recover from what you've been through. So give yourself some space to do that this week. I know there are a lot of things that are going to be commanding your attention and trying to get you scared. And one of those things is weaponizing, per usual, weaponizing money, right? Here in the U.S. in the next few weeks, it's going to be, the tax deadline. A lot of people are concerned about that, or healthcare, or just in general, what's been happening to human beings. So there's a lot to talk about. I'll cover a lot of this in that longer video. That's why I'm putting it on Gumroad. I'll get that together, okay? So we can go in depth with that. I just want to feel this out because I'm seeing somebody on a motorcycle, and the freedom is not what you thought it would be. So this is kind of a metaphor for everybody who's watching this. The freedom is not what you thought. So think about somebody who is on a motorcycle and they're like, yeah, everything's great, until it's not great. Not that that's going to happen. We're not putting that out there. No, God forbid. But it's a metaphor. Okay. So it's not something that you thought would bring you relief or freedom. It's not what you thought. Okay. Now that energy clearing, I know we throw that around a lot. What the heck does that look like? Well, it can look like, you can take a lot of different approaches to this. But one of the things that I really like to do, because the thing that kind of dirties up our energy, or one of the things I think is very typical, is when we're getting stressed, we're worrying, as I said, or you just haven't done a spiritual practice in a while. A lot of people, oh man, I get these live reading sessions and I'll be sitting there with somebody and they're like, well, I haven't meditated in a while. And that's okay. That's okay. I go for stretches without meditating, but I feel it. Not meditating is like not brushing your teeth, or not meditating or doing some sort of spiritual practice, whether it's walking, meditation, prayer, connecting to the divine. I mean, what are we even doing? Right? It's like that. It's a necessary thing. It's to feed your soul. Okay. And I know, or liken it to eating fast food nonstop. So every day you don't meditate or do some sort of spiritual practice, it's like having every meal be fast food, right? It's gonna make you feel bad. You're gonna feel dragged down. Again, I've done it myself. My space has gotten incredibly cluttered, and I'm doing that thing. You guys know, if you've watched me for years, a few times a year, I like to do a deep clean because I'm crazy. Okay, I'm crazy. Now, what ends up happening is everything gets torn out. Comment down below if you can relate to this. Everything gets torn out. I start organizing, and now I'm tired and I hate my life. And why did I do this to myself? And then it just sits. Why? I'm tired. And we're not coming back to it for a hot minute. And then I'm stepping over things. It's terrible. And I don't know why I do this to myself. It's a loop. I got to break it. Okay. But this is the week to kind of understand what your loop is. What keeps you in this cycle that's unproductive? What gets you feeling like some of you, it's like pure heartbreak. What gets you into that space? Okay. And this clearing is going to help you. Now, I have meditations. You don't have to do mine. Do whoever. Like, lots of great practitioners out there who have meditations on various platforms. But I have some too on YouTube, and then I have some over at Gumroad. When you go to Gumroad, that's where you're supporting me by purchasing something. But you don't have to. If you can't, don't worry about it, okay? That's why I have different things in different places. Does that make sense? Okay. So you can do that. Archangel Michael is usually our go-to guy. Metatron helps out with this quite a bit as well. Again, I've got videos that go a little more in depth as to why they are the good ones to work with. Now, some other archangels that you may want to be working with this week. We've got Ariel in here and Shamuel. Now, when they show up, this is telling me that there is a lot of concern about you fulfilling your path, self-love issues. Okay, so you're probably not taking care of yourself. I feel you. I get it. Money. Who am I? Am I worth anything? A lot of self-worth issues coming up here. Now, some of you sidestep that and say, no, I'm great and I don't have to work on anything. Careful, okay? Because you don't want that thing the thing that you're trying to cover up is going to come back up to the surface, okay? And so we want to make sure that you're not caught unaware and then, can't get through it. So I'm going to use the Archangel Michael deck. Knock, 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 knock. Okay, that's what we do to clear out a deck. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. Let go of fear now, Archangel Michael. Please help me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of heavy, toxic, or ego-based thoughts or feelings. Isn't that interesting? We were just talking about it's time to detox here. Oh, I'm sorry. Ariel's about material manifestation and detoxing. Okay. And here we go. We got another message around that from Archangel Michael. So if we're gonna, where'd that come from? I don't know. Not cutting it. I'm going to leave it in there. We're going to step into this new paradigm that we're in. The rules are different. If you'll notice, a lot of the ways that you used to manifest might still be working for you, but it's giving flat results. This is what they're saying. It's giving flat results. You're not tuned in to be reaching your fullest potential. Now, a lot of people are not going to choose that fullest potential. because they have been convinced that, because the fullest potential that you can have, so your every bit of your powerful being, if we could say it that way, is activated. A lot of people who are very stuck in density consciousness are not going to be thrilled with that. They're going to say, no, I don't care if I'm peaceful. They may not say it, but they say it with their energy field. How do we know this? Because they're choosing the bad boy, because they like the drama. There's other stuff to that that's, worthy of watching, and to help people out if they're stuck, in a way that they can't get out of. Okay. We want to make sure everyone's safe if they want the help. Or I want to be the wealthiest person out there, and I don't care who I have to step on to get there. We know this because they're bragging about it everywhere, shoving it in our faces. People choosing to cause drama or gossip. Do you have anybody around you who they'll just try to read into anything and everything that you say just to make drama? Like, it's wild. And unfortunately, this takes place in, places where people have a little bit of power, because you got to keep the peace. All right, let's get the next card here. Take your time making this decision. So right off the bat, I'll read the whole card here, but right off the bat, this is talking about take your time coming into this new energy. Okay. You're going to feel out of sorts. You're going to feel lost. You're going to feel aimless because the rules have changed. We're not in the same game anymore. In contrast. Okay. So there's a message coming in from Archangel Michael. The contrast is going to be contrasting, okay? It's going to be so obvious. So if you've just gotten used to, let's say it's a person, whoever might have some authority in your life, whether it's a parent, a boss, a teacher, like some people see, clergy people as the authority over them. You do you. Let's say you're just so used to them, and then you meet somebody else who is that same thing, okay? Like they are also a parent, or they are also a boss of someone else, or they're the clergy person for this other organization. But this other person is really empathetic and emotionally intelligent, not manipulative and loving. And then you start seeing this is what's possible. And then you're really not going to be able to tolerate the way you were treated before. So there's a little bit of that going on. So this is Archangel Michael. Please help me stay strong and relaxed as I approach the situation. Remind me to detach and step back, allowing the situation to naturally unfold. Thank you for protecting me. So more people than not will completely miss the point of this video. You will be very locked in on surface level things. Now listen, some of those surface level things are teaching you something and you're meant to come through it. It's fine. It's fine to be looking at that. But we do get the comments of, somebody's deep in a fight with somebody and they're like, that's right, this message is about that person. And they did this to me and that. Okay, process the pain, but these messages are never just about surface level. That's not how angels and archangels work. It's just not. Okay? There's that part. So be gentle with yourself. Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love. Remember I was saying about the self-love? Shamuel helps with self-love. Nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. Help me know what I deserve. Help me know that I deserve this compassion. I release any feelings of guilt to you so that I may experience lasting inner peace. So you see this letting go, this resetting, and be careful. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but some of the approaches out there, like reframing, okay, I get it, but also it can feel like gaslighting. It could be like, don't feel your feelings, just pretend like it's something else. And that is kind of how a lot of more toxic spiritual people try to tell you how to manifest as well. If you're going to manifest, you got to step into it as your reality. Again, paradigm shift kind of stuff. Okay. All right. Make a commitment. Archangel Michael, as the angel of courage and confidence, I call upon you to lend me your strength. Allow me to commit to myself, my life, and my divine purpose. Please clearly guide me so I can fully open my heart to every experience. See, we're purifying this week. We're going to need it a little bit. And with any kind of detox or purification, I cannot talk, purification. We're fine. Everything's going to be okay. I need detox. Okay. But this purification mode will clear out some of the old programming. They're showing me like spider webs and the things that you once thought you wanted, all that's shifting as well. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of going through this because there's a lot coming up here. So some of you are trying to commit to a career. That's a big thing for everybody right now because everyone is scrambling. The rules no longer apply. And everyone's trying to, like, employers are trying to play people who are applying and people who are applying, trying to play the employers. And it's like a whole thing. It's like a whole thing. So I feel like that needs to be a personal reading. I don't want to sit here because I'm getting something very specific for probably just one or two people. You don't have to get a personal reading with me. It does help me, of course, but you don't have to. You go to whoever you feel comfortable with, okay? If there's like a money situation that has to do with a career, it's like a severance package. You like the career, but you got kicked out of it. And now, well, I guess that could be there's more details that I'm not saying here. Anyway, never mind. Intimacy. Now, this is our final card for this week's reading. This feels like you getting to know you and having a better relationship with yourself. Now, people roll their eyes. That's a very shallow thing to do. No, I do it too. I'm like, oh, come on. Like, don't make me do more work. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? But this is really a time, if you're going to heal and rejuvenate, you need to kind of do the deep clean on your energy field and your space if you can. Now, don't exhaust yourself. Okay, because again, the energy is really, really wonky. You may be trying to, like, literally trying to physically clean something, and then something else falls apart, and it seems like you can't get ahead, or you keep hitting roadblocks when you're trying to get something done. A couple things are in retrograde right now, so it's gonna be all right. Okay, but work with Michael. We said Metatron as well, Shamuel, and Ariel. So we're gonna leave it there for this week's overall message. I am now going to film the individual signs and give them a little bit of a message. All right, we're going to leave it there. I'm sending you all so much love and take care.